That NUMSA strike will end soon, but business and labour are not quite so sure. As a game of political chess plays out, the stakes are seemingly a matter of life and death. Our senior political reporter Gerhard reports.
It's a strike that's costing the metalworkers and engineering industry 300 million rand a day, and it's seen tens of thousands of workers take to the street demanding a living wage. The strike has also exposed the anger of the working class towards labour brokering and edged South Africa closer to a credit rating downgrade and an economic recession.
The economy of South Africa is not growing, let alone growing at double digit. It's not growing, period. And if the economy of South Africa is not growing, it means that companies are on the verge, many of them, of collapsing, and some of them are in fact being sued. It also means that with the rand weakening to the extent that it has, that it is not possible for local companies to be as competitive in the local market. We compete with various imports that come from the East, China and elsewhere that land in South Africa for sale at a cheaper price than products than what we produce them for. How you run your household and your budget, for me, is your private issue.
Most employers in the metalworkers and engineering sector claim they are unable to afford NUMSA's demands.
You cannot have an economy functioning effectively without a constructive relationship between employers and employees. But you know what? There are no employees without employers. There need first to be employers, people who take risks to borrow money from banks, to set up businesses. Those are enormous risks that might pay off, some don't. And then opportunities are created to bring people on board. So therefore, it is a delicate partnership that needs to work between those who have taken the risks to open up businesses and those who get opportunities to work.
But they are unwilling to consider opening their books or bank statements to their workers or trade union leaders. On the issue of labour brokering, business says it's not open to negotiation, despite NUMSA's claim that in the metalworkers sector, scrapping the practice would be cost-saving.
By NUMSA and others for that. That's a call that should be taken up with government. It has been done repeatedly, and they have failed to get a banning of labour brokers. NUMSA is a union that has been in existence for many years. It is the biggest, so its bona fides have been established over the years. We are involved in a dispute. We are not able to offer them something that satisfies them. So we must accept their bona fides, and we must hope that they accept our bona fides. All we have said is that there have been some aspects of the demands placed on the table that have been political in nature, about which we can do nothing.
While business and labour play politics, government says it is confident that the metalworkers strike is a genuine labour dispute. I'm Gerhard for ANN7 in Johannesburg.
Intimidation and vandalism is fast reaching a flashpoint as NUMSA strike progresses. As many as 26 NUMSA members were arrested in Gauteng province alone for indulging in intimidation and public violence. Our reporter Ramaupi has more.
Vandalism and intimidation is fast taking over the NUMSA-led strike. This woman had her bananas and apples looted by the strikers. She condemned them of robbing her livelihood.
When they got here, there were so many of them, so they asked to buy. So I got up to serve one of them. That's where they stole my stock.
The alleged intimidation tactic resorted to by NUMSA members have turned highly worrying for the employers. Rampant complaints have risen about striking members, forcing non-strikers to abstain from work.
Intimidation and violence is a huge problem at this stage. Our experience, our research show that 62% at the moment today of companies are affected by the strike, and of that 62%, approximately 50% of that experience violence and intimidation, and in certain cases the violence is very, very, very serious. complete disruption, even dragging admin staff that continue working out of their offices.
The police have arrested as many as 26 NUMSA members for intimidation, public violence and malicious damage to property as the strike ambles on. Majority of the factories in this town have been closed, mainly because of the fear that NUMSA members that are on strike might come back to loot them. ANN7, Benoni, Johannesburg.